guys, we have a big breaking news coming out. Vladimir Putin ally issues update on deploying nuclear weapons in NATO warning. We have some more breaking news coming out. This here is an update. NATO ally declares national emergency over balloons. Alright, so we're going to get to both of these breaking news. Once again, this is Lithuania declaring state of emergency. But we're going to see what's going on with this one. This is like the big one here. You guys already know this is nuclear pointed at NATO regions. And we're talking about Orishnik. Very powerful equipment. Alright, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. So you have Putin ally, Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko, shared an update on Tuesday, today, December 9, 2025, about his plans to deploy nuclear in coordination with Russia throughout his country. Now, they do have nukes, all right? That thing is already set up and has been already set up since 2023, if I'm not mistaken. The close ally of Russian leader Putin said that the question of returning nuclear to us was raised. We also discussed putting on alert Russia's state-of-the-art system. We have full mutual understanding and support from Russia. Therefore, we will work together to defend our country, Lukashenko said, according to Belarus Belta news agency. So we cannot ignore this very mobilization and militarization by NATO nations, Lukashenko said. These countries are not spending vast amounts of money on, as they say, countering Russia and Belarus for no reason. We do not intend to strike anyone. We have enough of everything. So tensions are really escalating out there, guys. So again, NATO put out a message about preemptive strike. Putin the next day said, if you guys want war, we're ready. And you got tensions between, again, Russia and NATO going back and forth. Now you have Belarus. They backing Putin and saying, hey, let's get those nukes ready. Donald's trying to do the right thing. Donald's trying to, kind of end all this, trying to bring peace. But it seems like certain Europeans out there just not wanting that. It says here, we need to update our defense measures so that everyone sees we are ready to defend every patch of our land, he warned. Lukashenko. This is DEFCON warning. It says here, the bear originally announced plans to place tactical nuclear in Belarus in March of 2023 at Minsk request. By April 2024, Lukashenko confirmed the delivery of several dozen warheads. Now, the equipments fall under the framework of the Union State of Russia and Belarus, which came into effect in March of 2024, and includes a provision that such arms can be used only as a measure of last resort. Worst case scenario. That's, again, what the nuke was meant for. Worst case scenario. Lukashenko also confirmed that the Bear Orishnik, that's the one, intermediate range ballistic equipment will enter combat duty in Belarus in December. Well, we're already here. And will be deployed across the country. Oh, man. The Orishnik system, which was first publicly revealed during 2024 strike on the Ukrainian city of Dnipro, is capable of delivering both conventional and nuclear payloads. The one that they dropped, it didn't have no nuclear warhead. I mean, that thing, it was a monster. That was the last time the U.S. gave the green light to Ukraine to fire long range into Russia territory. Just so you know, we have once again exchanged our nuclear, Lukashenko said. According to Bell TA, we sent them to Russia and brought them back we sent them to Russia and brought back the most advanced ones. They were put in order. Maintaining these weapons is expensive, and the Russians help us with that. So we return these equipments. We train using them, both from aircraft and missile weapons, and we make no secret of it. And you guys already know Pete Hegseth, the Department of War. He came out, it was like 2 or 3 days ago. He said, he gave a speech. He said, we're going to be testing nuclear weapons. He said that. So you got all these countries just getting their stuff ready. This is a DEFCON warning. A lot of people, stop using DEFCON name. Again, it's just a name. It's a warning alert. But to some people, they just take things the wrong way. In September, the Bear and Belarusian forces conducted joint exercises under Zapad 2025, a recurring military drill series that included simulations of non-strategic nuclear operations. The exercises involved roughly 30,000 troops, far fewer than the 100,000 claimed by Moscow. According to Lithuanian intelligence cited by the ELTA news agency, only 2,000 of those troops were Russian. The rest were from Belarus and other participating nations. Now, despite the smaller scale, the drills were described by Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk as very aggressive. In response, Poland conducted its own war games, codename Iron Defender, which included 30,000 troops and forces from multiple NATO member states. So what people are saying? Well, it says here Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko told the Bell TA, "What else can I do? Should I sit and wait for them to come here?" Ooh, okay, I can't say that word there, guys. Oh man, that's brutal. Yeah, I'm gonna have to skip that. I'm sorry, guys, but again, that's brutal stuff right there. Wow, and stuff like that has been going on with thousands of years, and these wars are crazy. Polish Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister told the Newsweek in September that the Kremlin wanted to test the readiness of NATO allies, to which we reacted. Poland invoked consultations under Article 4 of the North Atlantic Treaty, and NATO launched Operation Eastern Sentry. So what happens next? Well, with the Orishnik missile system set to enter combat duty in December, and tactical warheads already deployed, Western officials could press for new security measures, increased surveillance, or even consultation under Article 4 of the NATO Treaty. All right. So that's one of the breaking news war updates. Putin ally issues updates on deploying nuclear weapons and NATO warning. Now we're going to go with the next one. A state of emergency has been declared. Now we did talk about this, but this is more updates. These updates are very important, guys. Very important. NATO member Lithuania has declared a national emergency over smuggling balloons crossing into its airspace from neighboring Belarus, a key ally of Russia. We just talked about Belarus. It's clear that this emergency is being declared not only because of disruption to civil aviation, but also due to national security concerns and the need for closer coordination among institutions. The Lithuanian Gov said the balloons posed a danger to, look at this, human life, property, and the environment, and that the action were seen as a form of hybrid warfare. Wow. Man. Who started the balloon stuff? I know the Red Dragon, they had their balloon flying over our country, and Joe was commander. He didn't do nothing. Joe just looked up, look at that beautiful white balloon. It says here tensions between Lithuania and Belarus have increased in recent weeks due to meteorological balloons crossing from Belarus, which have forced the NATO member to repeatedly shut down its main airport. The incursion add to concerns that hybrid operation along NATO eastern flank could disrupt the region's security. While Belarus has not been involved directly in Moscow's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, it has been used as staging post for strikes or attack. Lithuania's state of emergency was announced on Tuesday, following a cabinet meeting of the Gov, which is a strong backer of Ukraine. The declaration allows state institutions to coordinate their response and involve the military. The decision will be reviewed in a month, according to country's interior ministry. I truly apologize, guys. I'm still dealing with this virus, so just bear with me on this one here. And I did post a video not too long ago about the U.S. is planning on, bringing back the mask thing, and they're sounding the alarm of the emergency room being packed across America. So a lot of people's catching this pestilence stuff. Check out the video. The link will be in the description box. Belarus leader Lukashenko, who is Vladimir's closest ally, accused Lithuania on Tuesday of escalating and politicizing the issue of weather balloons, playing down the safety fears that pilots face. Belarusian opposition leader, who ran against Lukashenko in 2020 in a disputed election that were followed a crackdown, condemned Minsk's latest provocations. I must remind you, Lukashenko been in power since the 90s. Threat to regional security will continue as long as the leader remains. She wrote on X, "We stand firmly with Lithuania against these hybrid strike." Lithuania shares a border with Russia exclave of Kaliningrad, which is heavily armed and believed to be the epicenter should any hostility between Moscow and NATO break out. Now, Kaliningrad, they are surrounded by NATO, all right? But they are being backed by Russia. Earlier this month, European Commission President Ursula warned that the situation at the EU's border with Belarus was worsening, and that Brussels was preparing further sanctions to punish Minsk. Once again, Minsk is... I truly apologize, guys. Minsk is the capital of Belarus. Now, such hybrid strike by Lukashenko regime is completely unacceptable, she wrote on X. Lithuania continues to have our full solidarity. It says here, the Institute for the Study of War also said that this month that the wave of balloon incursion was part of the Phase Zero strategy by Russia, whose leader to pressure NATO through constant low-cost disruption. So it says here what people are saying. Lithuania Prime Minister Inga said on Tuesday, in combating the Belarusian hybrid attack, we must take the strictest measures and defend the areas most affected by this strike. I'm going to skip this person name here, wrote on X that Lukashenko's latest provocation using smuggling balloons to disrupt civil aviation have now forced Lithuania to declare a state of emergency. The threat to regional security will continue as long as the leadership remains. Now, Lukashenko said on Tuesday, December 9, 2025, according to the Russian state news agency, it is possible, it is unrealistic, even if these balloons flew there, pilots have told me they do not pose any problems. And that's basically it for this news here, guys. Give me a second here. So, Lithuania today declared state of emergency. We talked about this last week, but they didn't declare emergency. They were planning on declaring emergency, which was last week. But now they have decided to declare emergency. And due to the balloons. Now, most of these balloons have like garbage in them, cigarette butts, and some other stuff. But according to some officials, is very, very harm and dangerous for humans' life. So I will keep you updated on this one here, guys. And I truly apologize about this video. I have to get something to drink. I forgot to bring my coffee. And usually coffee does help me out with my throat. So I have nothing here. And my throat is really dry and itchy right now. So I'm just going to end it here. And I truly apologize about the very last minute choking and stuff. Thank you so much for watching, guys. God bless you all. Till next time later. Peace.